That's Philip Phillips on City 97, a song called Home, and a song that we get to see performed live. We being, of course, the people who will assemble 1 week from tomorrow in the First Avenue main room for the sampler release party. Sampler season, as you were fond of saying, is upon us.
Yes, it is.
We're, 9 days away now from the release of City Sampler Volume 24, coming out exclusively at area Target stores on the 15th, the night before, which is going to make for kind of an early morning on that Thursday morning, Derek, just so you know.
All right. I mean, hey, listen, it's not going to be any earlier than we already are.
Well, no, but the night before, we're going to be in the First Avenue main room for the sampler release party. Tristan Prettyman, Philip Phillips, Aaron McCarley. By the way, the speculation last night on Twitter.
Oh my God.
Most nights I'm up past my bedtime. Last night, for whatever reason, I was in bed exactly when I like to be in bed. And so I woke up this morning, it's like, oh, new interactions on Twitter. I opened it up. And you and Paul Fletcher, our afternoon guy, and about 1,000 listeners were wildly speculating who that fourth slot is going to be taken by at the sampler release party.
I know. Everybody was throwing out ideas, and I said, somebody said actually Eric Hutchinson, because apparently he's in town the next day, the 15th.
Does he have an apartment here or something? He's here all the time. I mean, I love him, don't get me wrong, but he's here a lot.
Do you think he's going to bring up the whole Super Bowl, the whole football thing?
What do you mean?
The whole national anthem thing.
About how you praised what an amazing job you did singing the national anthem, even though you didn't hear a note of it.
But I heard from so many people, it was great.
Look, he's not that kind of guy. I don't think that he probably appreciates the positivity, despite the fact that it was wrapped around a lie more than anything else.
Listen, you put bacon around anything, it's going to be good.
Right.
You put positivity around anything, it's going to be fine.
No, the bitter taste of lies will be covered up by the warmth and honesty of your home.
Hey, Michaela tweeted us and said, I love when you play, I didn't even think about this, I love when you play Between the Raindrops on rainy days. It's like a soundtrack for the day.
Exactly.
Or day was me.
Well, excellent. It's a really good song. So anyway, that whole thing about Philip Phillips and everything, if you'd like to be there 4 times every day, you play a track off the sampler. And when you hear those sampler tracks fall, you can secure your sampler and passes to the sampler release party. Plus, we're giving away those sampler release party tickets almost every single night through the Facebook ticket window when you go to Cindy's 97's Facebook page around 8 or 9 o'clock. One Republic on Cities 97 with Feel Again. It's 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. Misty, rainy, cloudy, foggy outside. That will be breaking up a little later on for your election day. The weather will be decent enough to get out and vote. No excuses. Wind's going to pick up. Clouds are going to part a little bit. It's only going to be colder throughout the day. We're at the high temperature of 41 that we are going to see today. In addition to being election day, there's also a new release Tuesday. A lot of new music comes out every Tuesday, and today is no exception.
I'm really, really excited because Aaron, our producer, just let me know about a new release. It's actually an old release that I didn't know about that I'm dying about. How about that for an intro?
I like it. If you're warm.
Are you on the edge of your seat?
Well, I kind of am, because here's the deal. You and I both love a lot of different types of music, and what I like about it is that we like, although we do like some of the same stuff, we also like a lot of different stuff. And even if it's music that I'm not crazy about, I love to learn about music. I like to see when people are passionate about music. And if you're that fired up about one thing, I actually do really want to know.
Well, everybody knows that I am a huge Joni Mitchell fan, and she has the studio albums 1968 to 1979 in a 10-disc box set.
Wow.
Oh.
And it looks like, I'm looking at it right now on Amazon. Right here it says this is available as an import. So I don't know if it's available domestically for the first time today or not, but $50 for 11 discs.
Oh, that doesn't seem bad.
No, it doesn't seem bad at all, especially when you talk about how much amazing music is in there.
Oh my gosh. Well, I assume, let's see, that if it's through 1979, then my favorite album would be in there. Well, Blue is my favorite. My second favorite is For the Roses.
Right.
There's a song on that album called Lesson in Survival. It just talks about being in a relationship, loving someone, and at the same time feeling that social, I'm not fitting in with your friends and your life, and you're not fitting in with mine, and why can't it just be easy? Oh my gosh, and it just came on this morning as I was getting ready, and now Joni Mitchell is releasing all 10 albums in a box set.
You know what? There aren't any accidents. Maybe it was a sign.
Oh, it's totally a sign. I'm gonna get it, especially because it's $50.
Okay, well,
Kidding
that's
me?
what it says here on Amazon. I would do a little more digging because it's rare that 10 disc box sets are generally only $50. I've only bought a couple of them, but generally I've written a larger check than a $50 check. Until Single Skyfall becomes available for downloading for purchase today. And Mike Doty, who you and I have both shared some love over in the past, formerly in Soul Comping, went through some difficulties, then decided to clean up his life, and he grabbed his acoustic guitar, threw it in the back of his car, and literally has not stopped touring around the country ever since. He's back with a collection of cover songs,
A collection of covers of artists like Cheap Trick and John Denver.
which, you know what, unironically, like, you know what, a few years ago, I used to have to really fight my battles over the fact that I love the Carpenters. Not ironically, not like, oh, this special place nostalgia. No, the Carpenters were brilliant, perfect pop craftspeople.
Oh,
They were
absolutely.
experts, and I've never had any shame about it. And I feel the same way about Denver. Now, Denver could be a little bit hippy-dippy and a little bit hokey, and I understand where people want to criticize him.
And great voice.
But the guy had a great voice, and when he was on and when he nailed it with a song, he, again, one of those perfect 70s voices.
Yeah.
I got no shame in the John Denver thing.
No. Now, do you care at all that Aerosmith's Music from Another Dimension came out today?
Only in the sense that it means that we get to see a lot more Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, and I don't know what it is, because,
Joe Perry, by the way, is rocking that Fu Manchu.
oh, but it's a scary sash, so, like, just over on the corners, just on the corner.
Like it.
Yeah, no, it's not good. But for some reason, even though I don't like to hear Steven Tyler talk, those two have managed to hang on to one of the coolest looks in rock and roll for about 45 years. And so I think it's their first record, like proper studio album in like what, 7 or 8 years? It's been a long time.
Yeah. Well,
So-
yeah.
I guess so. No is the answer to the question. I don't really care.
You don't care about the music, you care about the.
I like it that Aerosmith will be back rolling around exactly because I think that back when they were. But again, I gotta admit that whole revival they had in the 80s and 90s, like Love in an Elevator, and
Yes,
I
you don't
wouldn't
like
want to
James
miss that thing.
Gunn? Well, I don't want to miss a thing,
Blah.
but come on, Jay's got a gun.
That's what you are. You know, it's not my favorite, especially when you go. I mean, you go back in the day. I mean, and again, Dream On is obviously the one that stands out above all of them. Some of the blues cover stuff I don't really love, but no, Aerosmith was a spectacular band at one point.
Well, some might argue that they continue to be.
That is correct, and to each their own, right? We all like different things.
Thank you, since you said so.
It's not possible to win. I'm trying to be open, and I still can't win. One last thing I'm going to mention is the Rolling Stones. Recently, there was a Stones Fest. You know, Rob Chapman, who joins us once a month to talk about his big rock and roll movie picture show down at the Pepito's Parkway Theater. He had the first proper public screening of this really amazing Rolling Stones documentary, Charlie Is My Darling. It was sort of the centerpiece of his weekend-long Stones Fest that he did. And now, for the first time ever, it's from a show they did in Ireland in 1965, but it's got a bunch of different interviews and things around it. It's for the first time ever being released on DVD and Blu-ray. So, granted, you're not going to get the big theater experience with it, but it is available to have, and it's one of these, I can't believe, it's some of those things you can't believe it hasn't come out before because it's been sitting around there forever, so it's a pretty cool thing.
Sweet.
If you want a full rundown of these and many other items that are going to be available today on this new release Tuesday, the Oak and Carry page at cities97.com.
Shane Company gets lots of emails and Facebook posts every day. Some thanking us for saving them so much money on their engagement ring. Some saying how excited they were to have thousands of bridal ring styles and diamonds to choose from, including all the fancy shaped diamonds which most other jewelers don't even carry. But one thing every customer mentions is how amazing our sales staff is, how patient, knowledgeable, and helpful their Shane Company salesperson was. Because our non-commissioned salesperson both respected their budget and didn't pressure them to buy, they felt both relaxed and well-informed. When you come to Shane Company, you'll see what a difference it makes when you have a friend in the diamond business.
Now you have a friend in the diamond business, Shane Company. In Manitowoc at 394 and Hopkins Crossroad, and in Woodbury at I-94 and Radio Drive. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday and Sunday till 5, online at shaneco.com.
Have you heard the buzz about holiday coffee? It's the beans. Now all holiday blends are brewed with premium Arabica beans, the finest coffee beans in the world for the smoothest, freshest cup of coffee in town. So stop by for 100% Arabica bean coffee, a smart value you can taste, starting at only 99 cents, and only at Holiday.
Holiday coffee, loaded with black. We keep it fresh brewed so you keep coming back.
Are you still living with the hassles of clumsy glasses and uncomfortable contacts? At Jaffe Medi Center, we treat nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism using advanced custom LASIK technology, all for as low as $495. Hi, my name is Craig Jaffe, and with my father, Dr. Jaffe, we founded Jaffe Medi Center with one goal in mind: excellent LASIK care and affordability. At Jaffe Medi Center, we firmly believe that high-definition 20/20 LASIK vision shouldn't and needn't cost a fortune. That's why we're proud to offer some of the most experienced LASIK specialists, along with advanced custom LASIK technology, all for 30 to 40% less than the national average. In fact, you'll have peace of mind knowing that our medical director, Dr. John Foley, has performed thousands of successful LASIK procedures over the last 10 years. So why pay more for 20/20? Simply call Jaffe Medi Center today and take the first step towards better vision with your free LASIK eye exam. And ask for details about our $495 LASIK promotion, or go to Jaffe.com. That's JOFFE.com. Come see Jaffe, excellent LASIK care and affordability, because you deserve both.
There's a new way to conquer your teen's energy gap. New red wraps from Hormel with real meat and cheese for satisfying real energy. 8 tasty flavors like pepperoni pizza and ham and cheese. With 15 grams of protein to help teens make the most of their day. New red wraps from Hormel. Fuel the journey in your grocer's lunch meat taste.
I'm Brian Barnes, and I approve this message.
In this economy, we're all working harder than ever. So it's unbelievable that in the year 2012, we're discussing equal pay for equal work. What's worse? Eric Paulson stood there in the halls of Congress and proudly voted against equal pay for women. I voted for the math guy, Eric Paulson, last time, but I can't support someone who votes against Minnesota women like me. I'm voting for someone who will stand by me this time. I'm voting for Brian Barnes.
In this economy, we're all working harder than ever. So it's unbelievable that in the year 2012, we're discussing equal pay for equal work. What's worse? Eric Paulson stood there in the halls of Congress and proudly voted against equal pay for women. I voted for the math guy, Eric Paulson, last time, but I can't support someone who votes against Minnesota women like me. I'm voting for someone who will stand by me this time. I'm voting for Brian Barnes.
Prepared and paid for by Barnes for Congress. A car continuously filled with low detergent gas can only take you so far. While a car continuously filled with BP gasoline with Invigorate can go a little farther. When used continuously, BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean and protect critical engine parts from harmful deposits, so your car can get a few more miles protected compared to one that continuously uses low detergent gas. BP gasoline with Invigorate. Go a little farther.
I have big news from Verizon Wireless. And I have big news about Xfinity from Comcast.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Oh, no. You're already confused. Oh, okay. Verizon Wireless and Xfinity are teaming up to give you TV, internet, home phone, and wireless. Wait, we have the same news. Yeah. Now you can get the Xfinity entertainment you love on your favorite Verizon Wireless 4G LTE smartphones and tablets with the ViewDini and Xfinity TV apps. Could this news get any bigger? Yes, it can. Sign up now for a qualifying Xfinity Triple Play and Verizon Wireless, and you can get up to a $300 prepaid card by mail. The best just keeps on getting better. It truly does. Just call 1-888-710-4175 or visit VerizonWireless.com/Xfinity to get the best from Verizon Wireless and the best from Xfinity from Comcast. That's 1-888-710-4175.
Offer ends December 31st. Requires new tablet activation or 2-year activation of a new Verizon smartphone and qualifying triple play from Comcast. Early termination fee and other fees apply.
Shane Company is your friend in the diamond business. Visit in Woodbury, Minnetonka, or online at shaneco.com. An accident can quickly spiral out of control. Finding help with workers' comp, a doctor, repairing your car, and making up lost wages can be a nightmare. Call 1-800-ASK-ERIC and don't let an accident wreck your life. Need help? They're open 24/7. Call 1-800-ASK-GARY now. Affiliated with Physicians Group LLC.
Here's a great way to get healthier, happier. Volunteer. You'll meet people, share successes, and help our community. People who volunteer say you'll get way more out of it than you put in. Find places who need your volunteer talents at cities97.com, keyword PSA. Cities97.com,
southbound, keyword PSA.
On the eastbound side of I-94, just before the Lowry Hill Tunnel, we have a stalled bus off on the right shoulder. Southbound 252 at 66th Avenue, we have a crash in the right turn lane with crews on the scene. Traffic is still pretty thick out there, southbound 169. 12 minutes between Highway 610 and Bryn. You're also delayed southbound 35W between County Road 10 and Highway 36. And on the southbound side of 35E, slow this morning between Little Canada and I-94. I'm Kelly Walker, and that's at East 97 traffic.
It is 7:30 right now. Light rain, clouds, foggy, bust for your cruise in on a Tuesday morning. It is election day, but don't worry, this stuff is going to blow over and you'll have plenty of time to vote. By the way, polls have been open now for about a half an hour, at least in most locations. And again, you're not 100% sure where to vote, what you need to have, what qualifies you as already registered. If you have to register on site, you can answer all those questions by checking out the Oak and Carry page at cities97.com.
Hey, Adam Levine, who we usually talk about, his love life, this, that, whatever, but
That guy seems to have a hard time getting any press these days.
I know, but he did something kind of cool. So, the press is always, the paparazzi are always following him, trying to get pictures of him, trying to catch him and things, whatever. So he turned it on them, and I think it was yesterday and the day before. Anytime the paparazzi were around, he would just basically raise up a sign that had the Red Cross information.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Where it said text Red Cross to
Yeah.
90999 and then automatically puts $10 in. Look at that.
Love it.
Well done. Here's Maureen 5. All I can think about when I hear that song is how amazing I was at Dig Dug back in 1985, and I was amazing.
What is that?
Space Odyssey Game Arcade at Northtown Mall up in Blaine. Dude, yeah, you go ahead and take a look at the high scores on Dig Dug. BDO, BDO, BDO. That's from my initials. Did you spend no time in video game arcades as a kid?
No, none.
That's new music from Tegan and Sarah, and my whole point was they are evoking more than a touch of an 80s vibe on that particular track.
Can I just say, yesterday I was driving around, I was going to the grocery store and the dry cleaner and doing all these errands or whatever, and I was listening to Paul Fletcher, our afternoon guy, and this song came on, and I was like, what? What? What is this song? I love Tegan and Sarah, and it doesn't sound anything like the stuff that I know. So I was like, what? So I texted Lauren, our boss, really quick, and I was like, who is on our station right now, and how come I don't know about it? And then right away, Paul said, was the new one from Tegan and Sarah, and I have to tell you, I immediately downloaded it. I love our station so much because we're playing it. It's going to be a smash monster hit, and it is such a fun get you going in the morning song.
Well, and they've had some great songs over the course of their career, but early on they started out as, I mean, they're twin sisters out of Canada. They started out as Ani DeFranco style folkies. That was their main deal they were doing, and they've really sort of transformed, and they stay true to who they are, and you can make things as 80s as possible, and I absolutely love them. I think that's fantastic.
Katie already tweeted in and said that she thanks us for playing the song. She loves it. It's beginning.
You're excited, aren't
I
you?
love that.
The eventual domination, worldwide domination of Tegan and Sarah, brought to you by Cities 97.
To swallow strong, use my head alongside my heart. So tame my flesh, shakes my eyes, tethered mind free from the light. And I'm real that way for now. I'm real now, know my ground.
Music from Home Freaking Sons on Cities 97. I will wait. It's 12 minutes before 8 o'clock right now. Looks like the rain, I was going to say, is already letting up, but not really. It's still misty and drizzly and out there right now.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I've got a story about one of your favorite artists and personalities, Courtney Love.
Are you being sarcastic?
I
I see what you're doing. Hate is a strong word. I believe that she maybe isn't entirely truthful about some of the incidents that transpired in the early 90s, nor is perhaps the most genuine individual that I've ever encountered or interviewed. Although, I have to admit, I've interviewed her twice in my radio career, both times expecting the worst, and both times being more entertained and enjoying her company more than I expected to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, addressing murmurs that love sometime co-manager Sam Lufty, Lufty,
I have no idea.
who recently basically was involved in that whole Britney Spears lawsuit deal too.
Oh, right.
There were rumors that he would be leading a musical of Nirvana and the story of Nirvana, using all of their music, whatever. Well, she shot it down, and she said there will be no musical. Sometimes it's best to leave things alone.
Really?
Yeah, she went on to say that she had been talking to Baz Luhrmann, to use 8 seconds of Smells Like Teen Spirit in Moulin Rouge. She had told him that he could.
Right.
I guess he had kind of implied that she could have a part if perhaps that happened.
Really?
And apparently he used the song and did not give her a part in the film. She was not happy about it and has decided to go on and basically use the term to baz somebody.
Oh, well, I mean, again, you can't go with the handshake deal. I mean, it all has to be written down. Like, if she said, okay, you can use it, but then and things are implied in that sort of thing. You just need to get things signed on the dotted line.
Well, apparently, do you know that she sold some of Nirvana's
I do,
stuff?
I
Well,
do.
she said she got really bullied into selling what she sold, and she regrets it so much.
Mhm.
She's never selling the rest of it. And so, there she is.
Well, I like the fact that she is respecting the legacy of Kurt Cobain, because again, American Idiot, I went to see, and I don't think that it does anything bad to Green Day's legacy. It's just, it wasn't my favorite. It was pretty decent, but it wasn't great. And I think Nirvana, there's even more sort of a credibility thing and a what's real and what's not kind of thing going on there. And it might be tough for some people to stomach. On the other hand, it's a good way to keep that music alive for a very long time because you know what? I consider Nirvana a very important band. Even young people like my daughter who just turned 14, she still considers Nirvana her favorite band of all time. And I don't know. It's not a terrible way to help keep that music alive down the road. I don't think anyone's ever going to confuse it with, say, Music Man or Jesus Christ Superstar.
Right, absolutely.
Maybe or maybe not. Hey, coming up in less than half an hour, we'll have a chance for you to win a copy of the City's 97 Sampler Volume 24 and passes to the Sampler release party, which is 1 week from tomorrow. That's coming up quick. Anyway, all you have to do is listen for a Sampler track right around 8:15.
What's healthcare all about at North Memorial? It's all about you feeling better. That's why we have 2 hospitals and a network of affiliated clinics and specialty centers. It's about your family's health too, and convenient care every day at our 12 neighborhood primary care clinics. At North Memorial, it's about making your comeback at the leading joint replacement center in Minnesota. For cardiac patients, it's about managing risk and getting the care you need when you need it most. It's about not missing a beat. It's about confidence, trust, and the power of the most advanced medicine. It's about you and your doctor working together to make you as healthy as can be. At North Memorial, healthcare is about life. It's about your life. It's about getting better every day. After all, that's really what it's all about, isn't it? North Memorial Healthcare with clinics in Minnetonka, Golden Valley, Brooklyn Park, Blaine, and others right in your neighborhood. Learn more at northmemorial.com/it'sabout.
Hey, this is Brian Oak, and you don't need me to tell you that the real estate market is still a mess. With foreclosures, short sales, and bank-owned properties, it's virtually impossible to compete. But it's not all bad news. Don't try to sell your house in a down market. You can rent your house instead. That's right, rent your house instead of selling. Now, it's actually easy if you have the right people on your side, and that's where the pros at Renters Warehouse come in. They offer a free rental price estimate for your home, and should you decide to move forward, they have no fees up front. You may cancel at any time, and they'll even warranty the renter for 9 months. Now, that may sound too good to be true, but it actually gets better. If you're worried about being a landlord, you don't have to be. Renters Warehouse will manage the renter for you for just $79 a month. Don't lose thousands trying to sell. Instead, make thousands by cash flow in your rental property. Call Renters Warehouse today at 952-470-8888. That's 952-470-8888 or online at renterswarehouse.com. That's renterswarehouse.com. Tell them Brian Oak sent you for a free rental analysis.
You've heard the old saying, father knows best. I have to agree. Hi, I'm Craig Jaffe, and my father, Dr. Stephen Jaffe, pioneered laser technology and helped launch LASIK in the U.S. Together, we started Jaffe MediCenter, the home of top quality, custom wavefront LASIK for as low as $495 per eye. So, if you're ready to eliminate the hassle of Vaseline contacts, find out why Jaffe MediCenter is the smart choice for LASIK. Come to Jaffe MediCenter for a free LASIK exam or visit us at Jaffe.com. That's JOFFE.com. Jaffe MediCenter, the smart choice for LASIK.
Jerry Noble here for RF Mueller, your authorized Forever Mark jeweler. The holidays are upon us, and you might be thinking about jewelry, diamonds. You might be wanting to get somebody something special, something unique. Well, here's the deal. If you care about where the diamonds come from, if you want to make sure that it's a diamond you can feel good about and not just something that's pretty, Forever Mark diamonds are for you. They are rare, they're totally beautiful, and they're also responsibly sourced. Forever Mark diamonds come from a small number of mines that are committed to high business, social, and environmental standards. Forever Mark diamonds benefit the people, the communities, and the countries from which they originate, which is awesome. And less than 1% of the world's diamonds can beat Forever Mark, making them the world's most carefully selected diamonds. If you'd like to check them out for yourself, visit RF Mueller, your authorized Forever Mark jeweler. 50th and France in North, 40 Cleveland and St. Paul, next to Neiman Marcus in downtown Minneapolis, or on the web at rfmueller.com.
Aldi presents another money-saving truth for the holidays.
If the high cost of food is making your big holiday parties smaller, Happy holidays, Fred.
Aldi has the solution. It's called Switch and Save. Switch from those national brands to Aldi brands, and you'll save up to 50%. And that means you can afford to make your big holiday party, well, bigger. Aldi, simply smarter shopping. Savings based on an average of prices for comparable brand name products at leading national competitors.
He's back. The Brian Setzer Orchestra Christmas Rocks Extravaganza. Saturday, November 17th at the Orpheum Theater. Featuring songs from the Christmas Rocks album. Tickets are on sale now at the State Theater Box Office, Ticketmaster, and HennepinTheaterTrust.org. Brian Setzer Orchestra, presented by Hennepin Theater Trust.
Oh man, I never thought I would enjoy dishing out shirtless hugs as much as I do now. But you see, with my biceps and shoulders being so smooth, I just can't resist. I am, of course, talking about laser hair removal at Ideal Image. Give them a call, 1-800-BE-IDEAL. They do free consultations. So if you've got unwanted hair, why wouldn't you look into it? Now, I'm not exactly where I want to be just yet. I've only had one treatment, but I'm due for my second fairly soon at the new Woodbury location. They've also got locations in Maple Grove and Edina. I had never really given laser hair removal much thought, but I do have hair now where I didn't used to, and I didn't want it there. And then when I found out that Ideal Image does nothing but laser hair removal, over 2.5 million treatments nationwide, I knew I could trust my body to them. Again, give them a call because the consultation is totally free. 1-800-BE-IDEAL. That's 1-800-BE-IDEAL. And tell them Paul Fletcher from Cities 97 sent you their way.
Stargate Hearing Foundation is bringing understanding among people through hearing care. They did more than 100,000 hearing aids annually in the U.S. and around the world, and have pledged to hit 1 million this decade. Join the movement on Facebook and Twitter, or visit StargateHearingFoundation.org.
KTCC, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Your Twin Cities traffic coming up in 15 seconds, brought to you by Holiday.
Thanks, coffee lovers, for making Holidays Rainforest House Blend the freshest new coffee in town. A great cup of coffee any time of day, starting at only 99 cents. Only at Holiday.
We keep it fresh brewed, so you keep coming back.
On the eastbound side of I-94, just before the Lowry Hill Tunnel, we have a stalled bus off on the right shoulder. Southbound 252 at 66th Avenue, we have a crash in the right turn lane with crews on the scene. Traffic is still pretty thick out there, southbound 169. 12 minutes between Highway 610 and Bryn. You're also delayed southbound 35W between County Road 10 and Highway 36. And on the southbound side of 35E, slow this morning between Little Canada and I-94. I'm Kelly Walker, and that's East 97 traffic.
Desperate for changing, starving for truth. Closer where I started, chasing after you. I'm falling even more with you. Letting go more than I want to. I'm standing in the alley where you move. I'm laying by the road that you went through. Okay, all that I I'll take your invitation. Take your
Imagine Dragons on Cities 97. It's 9 minutes after 8 o'clock right now. Clouds up there. The rain lighting up just a little bit. And we'll move on completely at some point here today. So really, whether or not an appropriate excuse to not be out and doing the whole voting thing today. I don't know if you've heard, but there's a pretty major election going on today.
I have heard that, and I've got a little list of some people you might run into while you are voting. Well, all of us go to vote.
Well, you should. I mean, if for no other reason than you do get a shiny little red sticker that says I voted, and we all want that sort of sense of accomplishment. We enjoy that sort of recognition. It's like a gold star for Robot Boy. It's just when you go out, you do the right thing, and you get your little sticker that says you did the right thing. But in this case, the future of democracy is at stake as opposed to just getting a good score on your pop quiz about the capitals of the states.
Word. Well, the first person you might run into now, typically, I'm going to generalize here, but I think I'm safe to say that by the time you get out of your car and you're walking to the poll,
Yeah,
you know who you're voting for.
I do.
But you're always going to run into the political pusher guy
Oh, yeah.
who's there still rallying, still trying to change your mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's there, he's fired up. You're going to run into that guy, so just no.
It's like they need standing outside, like,
Yeah.
hey, you're not voting for blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, that
Yes.
kind of stuff is actually, I'm going to just go ahead and let people know. That's
Obnoxious.
well, super obnoxious, but also technically illegal.
Is it really?
You can't poll or do anything within a certain distance from the polling place.
But they always seem to be able to do it.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the thing, is that's why some places are going to have watchdogs, some of your bigger polling places, but don't let anyone intimidate you or hassle you or get inside your head. You should know the issues and the candidates before you get into the car to head over there. You know, and we don't all know all of them, like the judges. Have you already ran down all the judges you're going to vote
Oh,
for?
yeah,
today?
totally.
Really?
Mm.
Well, you don't have to talk after the show then, because I have zero idea. But on the big ones, on the important ones, you know, those you can argue those are very important as well. You should have it figured out. Don't let anybody push you around.
You're going to run into the decked out voter, the guy who, or the girl who is wearing all of the gear. You know, the t-shirt, the bracelets, the buttons.
Big old button right there, maybe a
Carrying a sign, yeah, the whole deal. You're going to run into that
Ribbons.
guy for sure.
onion from the belt.
The Pushy Media crew.
Oh, yeah. Well, you
There's
know,
going to be media everywhere.
yeah, see, if I ever get that exit polling is what they call that, because they try to get a handle because everyone wants to declare this and that first. So they do the exit polling and they try to figure out, well, let's find out what people are voting for. And just like I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for before I walk in the doors, if you're in my face when I walk out of the doors, I'm not going to tell you the truth. I'm going to mess with your head because my vote is exactly that. It's my vote. And let's just count the votes and then we'll decide who the winners are.
My favorite on this list, the last one I'm going to share, is the first time voter. You can always tell the first time voter that's in line because they look like you wish you felt.
Right.
Which is, you know, wide-eyed, excited. They feel like their vote matters. It counts. As you get older, as you see several of these elections unfold, you start to get more, you know, cynical and skeptical, and it's always nice and kind of a good reminder to see a first-time voter out because they haven't yet gotten that, and that's what I feel like we probably all wish that we could get back to that place where we just fully, wholeheartedly believe that, you know, things are going to change, it's going to be different, it's going to be awesome, and hopefully it will.
Absolutely. When I was young, I was in the nonprofit community before I got into radio, and I volunteered a lot of hours towards the Wellstone campaign, and I had that kind of fire in my belly about that. Wellstone was so different from
Yeah.
any candidate on either side of the aisle, such a non-traditionalist, that early on anyway, that I had that unbelievable fire, like, no, this is where we make a difference. This is the important part about democracy. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And although I believe that mechanism is still in place, I have to admit, looking at the machine and the system and all the money that goes into it and the lack of term limits and how campaign finance is just broken, some of the idealistic joy definitely gets out of it.
Another one on the list, even though I said that was the last one, you just reminded me, the super serious volunteer.
Right.
And so you've got the first time voter who really has never done this before and is so excited. Then you've got the super serious volunteer who is by the book,
Oh,
textbook.
right.
You are going to do this, and you're going to do this right, and we're going to keep it orderly, and this is not going to fall apart on my watch.
Well, you know, and I guess I'm kind of glad those people, there are so many of them, to keep it running and to do it well. In fact, our own guy Thorne, regular election judge, he's there on every single year.
Really?
Absolutely. Hey, he cares, man. He cares that this thing is done right. By the way, I had a weird little moment. My daughter just turned 14,
Yeah.
like a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
which means the next time this nation votes for a president
Oh my gosh.
in
Right.
2016, She'll be eligible to vote by about 2 weeks, so hopefully she'll have a little of that fire in her belly. By the way, for those of you who are heading out to vote today, now the weather is no longer an excuse and you should know what you're doing at this point. Where do you vote? Sometimes redistricting will interfere with it. Sometimes you're like, well, wait, can I just show up with a utility bill and match it to my ad? Or what do I need? What if I haven't registered yet? How do I register today? Those are all important questions and ones you want to answer before you head out. So find out where you're supposed to vote, what time your polling place is open, all the other pertinent data. You'll find a link to get you to where you need to be to get all that info on the Oak and Carry page at our website, cities97.com.
I have big news from Verizon Wireless. And I have big news about Xfinity from Comcast.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Oh, no. You're confused. Oh, okay. Verizon Wireless and Xfinity are teaming up to give you TV, internet, home phone, and wireless. Wait, we have the same news. Yeah. Now you can get the Xfinity entertainment you love on your favorite Verizon Wireless 4G LTE smartphones and tablets with the ViewDini and Xfinity TV apps. Could this news get any bigger? Yes, it can. Sign up now for a qualifying Xfinity Triple Play and Verizon Wireless, and you can get up to a $300 prepaid card by mail. The best just keeps on getting better. It truly does. Just call 1-888-710-4175 or visit VerizonWireless.com/Xfinity to get the best from Verizon Wireless and the best from Xfinity from Comcast. That's 1-888-710-4175.
Offer ends December 31st. Requires new tablet activation or two-year activation of a new Verizon smartphone and qualifying triple play from Comcast. Early termination fee and other fees apply.
This is Brian for Seattle Sutton's Healthy Eating. Now, people go to Seattle Sutton's for any number of reasons. For me, it was about losing weight, but some people want to lower their cholesterol, fix their blood pressure, and with the freshly prepared meals made locally from Seattle Sutton's, you will see the results that you're looking for. Their customers see results, and Seattle Sutton's wants you to join me at the City Sampler Volume 24 release party on November 14th. Enter keyword Seattle at cities97.com to get yourself registered and give them a call. 1-866-699-7722. Online, seattlesutton.com. Dog odor making it seem like there's an entire doggy daycare in your car? Eliminate the odors with new Febreze car vent clips. For 30 days of freshness, just clip onto your car's vent and breathe happy. No matter what, try new Febreze car vent clips. Fast food odor making it seem like there's an entire burger joint in your car? Eliminate the odors with new Febreze car vent clips. For 30 days of freshness, just clip onto your car's vent and breathe happy. No matter what, try new Febreze car vent clips.
This year, Christmas is coming a little bit early because Elf, one of the funniest and very bestest holiday hits ever, is coming to town as a big jolly musical. The New York Times has called this flashy, happy, sugar-sprinkled holiday entertainment, and USA Today calls it Imperial Movie. But the holiday cheer is only here for a limited time, so brace your inner elf and buy tickets today.
Make your holidays sparkle jolly. Help the Broadway musical at the Ordway, December 5th through the 30th. Call 651-224-4222, ordway.org.
At Jockey Medic Center, you get top quality LASIK with custom technology for as low as $495. Call Jockey Medic Center and take the first step towards better vision. Jockey Medic Center, excellent LASIK care and affordability because you deserve both. Go to jockey.com. That's JOFFE.com.
Thanks, coffee lovers, for making holidays new. Rainforest House Blend, the biggest thing in coffee since Mountain Grow. Some say it's because it's rainforest certified and brewed with care. Some say it's because it's made with premium Arabica beans. My guess, it's just the best tasting coffee in town. And a smart value, starting at only 99 cents. And only at Holiday.
Holiday coffee, loaded with black. We keep it fresh brewed so you keep coming back.
Hey, this is Brian Oak for Comcast and Xfinity. Did you know that you can make tomorrow awesome with Xfinity Internet from Comcast? It's true. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet available and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi. I can attest to both these. I've had many different styles of internet in my home. It has literally never been faster than it is now with Xfinity. No matter how many devices you have, Xfinity Internet gives you the speed to connect them all at the same time. And with Xfinity Internet, you can do more of the things you love to do online. Stream entire movies and shows in HD, share pictures, play games, video chat, get the latest updates on your social network feeds, and all of it on your PC, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Plus, there's no term contract, no early termination fees, and it's all backed by the 30-day money-back Comcast customer guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Tomorrow could be awesome if you call today, 1-800-XFINITY now. Xfinity, the future of awesome. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Wi-Fi claim based on August 2012 study of comparable in-home wireless routers by Allison Test Labs Inc. At Rasmussen College, we offer Support Plus, a comprehensive network of support services, including career services assistance.
Jennifer, your resume looks great. I moved the information about your internship up, and then it's good to go. Let's schedule time next week to do some mock interviews.
Career assistance is just one of the customized student services you receive at Rasmussen College. Support Plus also includes program managers who help you select the right program to meet your goals, 24/7 technical support, financial advisors who provide information about grants and loans, faculty with real-world experience so time spent in class is worth it, and of course, career services advisors.
Well, there's some great networking events coming to the area. I'll reach out to some of my contacts and try to set up some interviews.
Support services that go beyond what you expect. To learn more about Support Plus, visit rasmussen.edu or call 1-888-5-RASMUSSEN. That's 1-888-5-RASMUSSEN.
Hi, Ron Gardner here. Did you know that more than 25,000 Minnesotans have served our country since 9/11? You can say thanks by supporting Minnesotans Military Appreciation Fund, which provides cash grants to Minnesota combat veterans. Visit www.mmaf.org.
Traffic update coming up next, brought to you by North Face.
The North Face Thunder Micro Jacket offers comfort from trailhead to summit. Compressible down insulation retains critical warmth while flash dry panels help remove sweat and regulate body temperature. Don't let winter keep you off the trail. Visit thenorthface.com to find a North Face store near you.
Register to win passes to the sampler release party, courtesy of Seattle Suttons at cities97.com, keyword Seattle.
We had light rain and fog in the area, making for a pretty bad commute this morning. We got two separate crashes, eastbound 694, one at Maplewood, the other at Lexington. Both crashes off on the shoulder. Westbound I-94 before 494, crash on the right shoulder with a delay that goes back to Manning. Westbound I-94 at Radio Drive, we have a crash on the right shoulder, and we're still dealing with an accident southbound 252 at 66 in the right turning lane. We have a 20-minute delay southbound 35W from Lake Drive to Highway 36. I'm Kelly Walker, and that's Cities 97 traffic.
It is 22 minutes after 8 o'clock right now. It is election day, but we're going to not think about that for a minute. Instead, we're going to look forward into the future 9 days to the release of City Sampler Volume 24. The 24th edition of the sampler will become available at area Target stores at 8 a.m. sharp. On metro area Target stores. If you want to know which ones specifically, you'll find a map of all the Target stores that will have copies of the sampler on the sampler page at our website, but it comes out that day. Of course, it's supported by TCF Bank, by the Yard, and so many people have generated and provided so many things free of charge so that we can maximize the amount of money made available to Minnesota nonprofits. But it ultimately comes down to our listeners getting out there and doing the hard thing, the waiting. It is the hardest part. You sit there and you wait and you wait. And you wait and you wait, but then suddenly the door's open. You get your sample, you get to listen to it, and it's great every single year, and will be again this year. Now, the one way to avoid that is to keep listening. 4 times every day, we play a track off the sampler and give you a chance to win one before you can buy it and pass it to our sampler release party. And we'll do that right now for caller 24 on the studio line, 651-989-9797. To hear a track from the forthcoming City Sampler was recorded live on the floor. Sound check performance by Jason Mraz. I Won't Give Up. Looking into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky. Oh, the beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold. And just like the morning stars, just like that you've come so far. To be right where you are.
How is our soul? Well, I won't give up. Even if the skies and earth are giving you hope, I'm still looking up. Even though we've been through things, test yourself every day. I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. See that the stars fade, slowly fall to the earth. We got to learn. The candles were worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't wanna be someone who walks away so easily and here to stay and make the difference that I can make. The differences they do it have to teach us how to use the tools that gets me out here. We gotta have a mistake. Thank you so much for having us.
Dang, I mean, say what you will about Jason Moran, but the guy knows something about Big Finish right there.
Yeah, he does.
You know,
Wow.
the only thing that could have made that better is if I had actually been allowed to throw in sort of my freestyle Big Finish that I was doing over the top
Well, you were
here in the studio.
scatting. Can we get a little taste of that?
No, no.
Some Scooby Bop 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 is what you were doing.
Look,
And it was impressive.
if it's not in the, I'm not a trained seal, okay? I'm not a trained dog or monkey here. No, well, I guess a little bit. Now, when it comes to the singing and the scanning, I need to be in the moment. I need to feel it. I need to have that choir and that huge build and that. Maybe at the sampler release party, I'll pop a little of that out.
Oh, I would love that.
Maybe. But then the artist will probably be like, will you please get this goofball off my stage right now?
You've been threatening all year long to jump up on stage and make something happen.
Offering is different than threatening, okay? Offering my services, and so far, not taken up. But that's cool. It's cool. We all have our different strengths and we play to. But when I finally busted out, there's going to be a lot of regrets out there. A lot of people bummed out. They were like, how come I didn't get some of that mojo up in my deal here?
Yeah.
Sampler's going to be out in 9 days. Sampler Volume 24, thanks to TCF Bank by the Yard. Of course, available exclusively at area Target stores on the 15th. If you'd like to know more about the forthcoming City Sampler, even hear samples of all the tracks that are going to be contained therein, you should get to our website, cities97.com, and check out the Sampler 24 page. By the way, congratulations to Beth from St. Cloud. She was caller 24. She's locked up her copy of the Sampler 3 more times today, 11:15, 3:15, and 5:15. We'll play Sampler tracks when you hear them. Call the studio line just like that. You can lock up your copy of the Sampler and join us at the Sampler release party in First Avenue's main room coming up 1 week from tomorrow.
Stars, this territory goes uncharted. Just me, in a some brown house in a town and I don't breathe. But I want to let it get away from me. Too much souls, everybody is their hands on gold uncharted. Something to the sea. Some nights I wish that my legs could build a castle. Some nights I wish they just fall off. But I still wake up, I still see your thoughts. Oh Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for. What do I stand for? What do I stand for? Those nights I don't know anymore.
Wash my hands of after this. My mom and dad for this. And when I see stars of this, stars of something.
She called. Now look into my nephew's eyes. They won't believe the most amazing things that can come from some terrible.
Yes, that band performed that song live on SNL this past weekend, and they also performed the other one as well. I heard they had another popular song out earlier this year. What's it called?
Something about being young.
That is correct. Well, they performed some nights, and actually they didn't perform when you were young. They performed the new one, Carry On. It's the one that they performed.
Good talk. Good talk. That's gonna come up in our production meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, well, the boss loves it when we get our information absolutely wrong. They just
She
talk about
loves it when we talk before we think.
what, and which we never. But sometimes,
Okay.
always do. It's what we. It's part of what we do on the City 97 morning show, and some things I'd like to say they'll never change, but they might in fact change shortly after our production meeting tomorrow. In any event, both of those performances by the band Fun happened this past weekend on Saturday Night Live. Which, by the way, I went back and watched a second time because I love Louis C.K. that much, the guy who was the host. But when you go watch the on-demand thing on the cable, they don't let you see the musical performances.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a licensing thing or what it is, but you can watch both of them right now. If you go check out the Breaking Now section at cities97.com, right there on our homepage, you've got both of those performances available to stream on demand. While you're at the website, normally we don't really make a big pitch to join our frequent listener club. But I'm going to make one exception on that because a lot of people are like, I'm not signing up for anything that makes me give up my email address because we've all been there where you sign up for it. You might get a little bit of information and then you get inundated with the spam and the offers and it comes from everywhere and suddenly your email inbox is a nightmare that you can't traverse. That doesn't happen with us because we like our listeners enough that we want to keep them and not have them hate us.
Did you say traverse?
Yeah.
I like it.
But when you want to, if you've got to cross
No,
or
I
or
know
something.
the word. I just, it doesn't get thrown about.
Like, you almost said that you don't hear it very often. I hear it all the time.
In the circles in which I.
You're welcome. Anyway, the point is this: signing up for the Frequent Listener Club is essentially all benefit, zero risk, because we send you out once a month the e-newsletter, which will be going out again tomorrow. And this one's a good one because you're going to have access to the first free downloadable bonus track. The sample this year has 19 songs on Every Wednesday throughout this month, we're going to make another one available, a Studio C performance that is literally not available anywhere else, as rare and special as any sampler track, and you can have it just for being a member of our Frequent Listener Club, or at the very least liking us on Facebook. They become available every Wednesday, and it's worthwhile. Plus, we throw out so many other opportunities, as you mentioned this morning, to members of our Frequent Listener Club. It's really, if you're a fan of cities and what we do and what we offer, it's kind of silly to not be a registered member, and you can do it in about 2 minutes on our website.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know what I'm going to say?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
I remain unconvinced, but I'm thinking about it as well.
Things like those really screaming sandwiches, that's speaking.
What are you doing here?
I'm on the phone, boss.
Why?
Why listen?
I thought you said with online ordering, you're spending more time on the phone.
I am spending my time on the phone.
So the online ordering option is working.
The option's operating optimally, boss. I'm getting even 50 fast and 50 good deliveries.
So you don't need to be on the phone.
Actually, I do too.
Why?
Because sometimes customers are still welcome to order by phone.
That's true.
Plus, who calls?
Oh, you're right. So I need to get a order to make the delivery.
Yes, sir, unless.
Now, let's want it.
Because you got an order.
So I can get an order in.
That's how it's
Hang on.
Hey, Lynn Rosenberg is called upon by Oprah Winfrey, Good Morning America, the Today Show, and many more.
I am Kaylin Rosenberg, relationship expert and founder of Love and Life Architects. If you're burnt out on dating services or meeting people online, we don't blame you. The good news is that there's something much better and it works. You need a love architect on your side. With the team of happily married love architects, we understand love and the happily ever after. We're proud of holistic methods and selective process on your behalf while we look for the love of your life locally and across the country. Go to thelovearchitects.com.
America, a majestic land made even more magnificent by the tenacity of our compatriots. And because we entrust this great country to these great Americans, you can just sort of take it easy and watch Roku. Roku is a tiny box that streams your favorite TV shows on Hulu Plus, HBO Go, and hundreds of other channels straight to your TV. You want to watch episodes of Glee for hours on end? Great. Someone else will successfully transplant a dolphin heart into a human being. Stream a ridiculous amount of Modern Family. That's another American created battery-powered battery charging. Watch New Girl till your eyes swell. Another American is testing a prototype engine that runs on compost. Let's face it, TV lovers, you weren't the leading candidate to patch the ozone anyway. So get a Roku and keep joining America. Roku, a great gift for dedicated TV owners. Available at Amazon, Sam's, and Walmart.
Gary Noble here for Whiting Clinic LASIK and Eye Care. If you are thinking about getting LASIK done yourself, take it from me. I got it done 4 months ago, and it was so much easier, so much more awesome than I thought it could be. I can see in such a way that I never thought was possible after wearing 26 years of wearing glasses and contacts. I went and I talked to Dr. David Whiting, who's been trusted to perform over 90,000 LASIK procedures, including mine. He told me it would be fast, it would be pretty painless, and I'd wake up the next morning and be able to see. And he was right, I can actually see right after the surgery. And it was super fast, and it was only a tiny bit uncomfortable. Before that, it was like amazing. So listen, Whiting Clinic's prices are also unmatched, starting at $5.95 per eye for lifetime LASIK on no prescriptions. Even better, ask the experts at Whiting Clinic how you can save up to an additional 35% by using your flexible spending account. Take the first step by scheduling your free LASIK exam today at whitingclinic.com.
It's the 22nd annual Midwest Home Show. 200 home improvement businesses helping you remodel, decorate gardens, and kick off your holiday shopping. November 16th through the 18th, Minneapolis Convention Center. Details and half-price tickets at MidwestHomeShow.com.
Aldi presents another money-saving truth for the holidays.
You know those amazingly low after Christmas prices that other stores brag about? Well, at Aldi, we also have amazingly low after Christmas prices, except ours come before Christmas, when you can actually use them. The fact is, you can always save up to 50% at Aldi on the food you buy the most, before and after the holidays, and even during them too. Aldi, simply smarter shopping. Savings based on an average of prices for comparable brand name products at leading national competitors.
Oh man, I never thought I would enjoy dishing out shirtless hugs as much as I do now. But you see, with my biceps and shoulders being so smooth, I just can't resist. I am, of course, talking about laser hair removal at Ideal Image. Give them a call, 1-800-BE-IDEAL. They do free consultations. So if you've got unwanted hair, why wouldn't you look into it? Now, I'm not exactly where I want to be just yet. I've only had one treatment, but I'm due for my second fairly soon at the new Woodbury location. They've also got locations in Maple Grove and Edina. I had never really given laser hair removal much thought, but I do have hair now where I didn't used to, and I didn't want it there. And then when I found out that Ideal Image does nothing but laser hair removal. Over 2.5 million treatments nationwide. I knew I could trust my body to them. Again, give them a call because the consultation is totally free. 1-800-BE-IDEAL. That's 1-800-BE-IDEAL. And tell them Paul Fletcher from Cities 97 sent you their way.
It's almost Movember when men grow and women support the mustache to raise awareness for a topic we don't talk much about. Men's health. Grow a Mo, start talking, and support the Prostate Cancer Foundation. Learn more at Movember.com. Movember.com.
I'm Ryan Barnes, and I approve this message.
In this economy, we're all working harder than ever. So it's unbelievable that in the year 2012, we're discussing equal pay for equal work. What's worse? Eric Paulson stood there in the halls of Congress and proudly voted against equal pay for women. I voted for the math guy, Eric Paulson, last time, but I can't support someone who votes against Minnesota women like me. I'm voting for someone who will stand by me this time. I'm voting for Brian Barnes.
In this economy, we're all working harder than ever. So it's unbelievable that in the year 2012, we're discussing equal pay for equal work. What's worse? Eric Paulson stood there in the halls of Congress and proudly voted against equal pay for women. I voted for the math guy, Eric Paulson, last time, but I can't support someone who votes against Minnesota women like me. I'm voting for someone who will stand by me this time. I'm voting for Brian Barnes.
Prepared and paid for by Barnes for Congress.
Traffic coming up in 15 seconds, sponsored by Concordia University.
Find out if Concordia University St. Paul is right for you at their open house Tuesday, November 13th. Sign up, attend, and get a $20 Caribou Coffee gift card. Learn more at cspradio.com/cities97.
Things are getting worse instead of getting better out there. We have a stall southbound 35W at Hiawatha in the left lane. 2 crashes eastbound 694, one at Lexington, the other at Maplewood. This crash southbound 252 at 66. That's been in the right turn lane for quite some time now. Serious crash, Highway 55 west of 94, and it's 30 minutes southbound Highway 100 from 694 to Crosstown. It's going to cost you 20 minutes southbound 35W between Lake Drive and Highway 36. I'm Kelly Walker, and that's Cities 97.
Music now.
Cities 97.
I know a girl, she gets what she wants all the time. She's fine. But for an angel, she's a hot mess. Make you so blind, but you don't mind. 'Cause she's an uptown hero. Anything goes down. She's a hardcore, candy slow, give me so. She'll make you take her to the club, but then she leaves like her friends. She likes to stay in the party, 'cause the fun never ends. And all her clothes are on the floor, and all your makeup is fresh. She's like a warm wave, she keeps cutting through the lines. She's so don't shut your mouth, she'll break out. You better get some pencil, better, 'cause she's bringing down now. And boy, you better, 'cause she's an uptown hero. Anything goes down. She's a hardcore, give me some, give me some. She's got a way she says to you, can't believe what she says. Jesus would call me and we wanna tear it close to her head. You know you won't make yourself harder, but she don't know the name. She has a hard time, got me when she can't act right.
Do you think that when Rob Thomas eventually returns to Studio C, as he was bound to do at some point or another, he will recall that the only thing he referred to you as upon his last visit was the hot one?
No, I don't. I think he will not remember, and the only reason he was doing it was because he knew you would talk about it and them for days to come.
Doesn't matter to me. I don't care if you're the hot one.
I'm not the hot one. Have you seen you?
10 minutes. Have you seen my sweet new mustache from
That's what I'm
November?
saying. That's what I'm saying.
If you haven't seen it, you may want to get to the Oakland Ferry page if you think you can drink all this in, because there's a lot happening right here, just below my nose and above my upper lip. There's a lot going on right there.
It's true. It's so true.
Plus, more important than just how much swag is happening mid-face is getting involved for men's health. And you can actually join my Movember team or donate to my Movember team. You can find a link and all the information on the Oakland Ferry page on our website. I recommend cities97.com as well. You know, every day at 2 o'clock, Thorne has been giving out these text passwords from Atlantic Records to get this hot VIP treatment with Matchbox 20.
Right?
And if you can't text, you know, you don't have a phone, you can't listen at 2 o'clock, you can just go to our website. Right from the main page, the homepage there, you'll find a link where you can click and enter the contest that way, so you can still go hang with them, you and 3 friends, VIP transportation to and from, backstage passes, meet the band, dinner with the band, the whole package.
To and fro, I like to say. I mean, in my circles, we say to and fro.
I
In
don't
your
believe you. No,
circles, you
you're making
say.
it up now. You're just trying to, you've never said to and fro in a casual conversation as an adult woman.
Maybe not in my circle.
Well, if that is the defining characteristic of your circle, not interested.
Oh.
I'm just joking, of course. Joking. Go ahead and find out more information by getting to our website, or simply tune in at 2 o'clock. Dawn will give you the text password, and you can pass that along as well. Maybe be on for that VIP experience. Compliments of Atlantic Records.
Sweetest 97.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I'm drowned in dread this moment. So overdue, I owe it. Swept away, I'm stolen.
They were really good opening credits, I'm going to be honest. For the new James Bond movie Skyfall, I believe tomorrow's Wednesday. I think there's going to be some midnight showings, even like tomorrow night. I even start Thursday night. So people are excited, and they should be, because it's a James Bond movie, and it is great.
Yeah.
It is very good. And so the big opening
Sounded
scene.
ridiculous when you talked about it.
Look, I know my review was a little lackluster. I was led to believe that it was the reason that cinema was invented, that it was the single greatest film of all time.
Don't you hate that when
I
people
do
do that?
hate
They
that.
build
It's not
something
fair.
up and then you just, there's no way. I mean, even if it's amazing, which you
Right.
said it was, there's no way it can be as amazing as they built it up to be.
That, and I was hungry, and so even though I gave it a 90% and said it was great, I realized that it sounded like I was giving it about a 42%,
Yeah, it really
making it sound like, but it wasn't. It was actually quite good, and I still stick by 90%.
Okay.
Quite good.
All right, well, I can't wait. And I'm going to go in on a semi-full stomach because you said it's 2.5 hours, so you don't want to be full, you might fall asleep.
Well, exactly. It is long, so just make sure that you're appropriately prepared. You might want to bring, I know,
In a Ziploc.
I had Brussels sprouts at dinner last night.
Weren't they delicious?
I'll say this right now, I don't
Yes.
mind the flavor of them, but you always are like, oh, they've got just a hint of cinnamon. No,
Yeah.
no,
Were they fresh?
they were very fresh.
Well, then they had hints of cinnamon, but your taste buds have been so worn down before you started the Seattle Sutton stuff that you're just slowly getting those buds back.
I will say this, what am I at? A little over 4 weeks of not smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And I can smell things and taste things again that I couldn't smell and taste before.
Love it. Isn't
Well,
that great?
For the
It's a
most
beautiful
part, yes.
world.
No, for the most part it is, yeah. There's still things I can only taste and smell, but for the most part it's pretty good. One last thing, and then we are going to say goodbye. You realize that there is every probability that in a great number of races and issues that people will be heading out to vote on today, which by the way, you have to head out and vote on.
Otherwise, you cannot complain for 1 second.
And even if you do vote, I just assume not hear Jim say right in it's but there's every possibility because things are so close and things will have to be counted and there may be unresolved issues in terms of voter accessibility, in terms of the electoral college. We might not know at this time tomorrow who our new president is.
I know.
It's
It's
happened
an
before.
exciting moment.
Well, it is exciting. So if we just get out and vote and do it decisively so that we can put this all behind us. No more lawsuits, no more stretching out. Let's just vote and let the democratic process do its thing.
Go out and vote, go home, make some dinner with your family, put your kids in charge of the salad and the sides, make the table up, set the table up, turn the TV off, crack open a bottle of wine for the parents, and then play a board game. Don't turn the TV on. Don't get sucked into all the grossness and all the mud thingy because once you place your vote, that's it. That's it. We're going to find out eventually. There's no need to watch every single second of it.
Plus, for anybody who's worried about the future of this country, you're going to be doing more good by hanging with the family and playing a board game tonight than you are about worrying and watching all the divisive stupidity on television. Carrie Noble, you just said one of my favorite things you've ever said right there. Carrie Noble's strategy for a healthy and happy election day. I'm going to institute that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Stranger than your sympathy. This is my apology. Kill myself from the inside out. And all my fears have pushed you out. And I wish for things that I don't need. What I chase won't set me free. I get scared, but I'm not crying on my knees. Oh yeah, everything's all wrong, yeah. Everything's all wrong, yeah. Where the hell did I think I was? Stranger in your sympathy. Take these things so I don't feel. Picture myself from the inside out. Now my head's been filled with doubt. It's hard to lead the life you chose. All the time, when all your luck's run out on you. All the time, you can't see when all your dreams are coming true. Oh yeah, it's easy to forget, yeah. So come and breathe, that's yeah. Who the hell did I think I was? Stranger than your sympathy. And all these thoughts you stole from me. I'm not sure where I belong. No, that's holding up my home. And I was enough things I tried to make believe I was. And I would be the one to live for the dreams I wanted. Love told the lies, and all the empty skies with me. Stranger than your sympathy. Stranger than your sympathy.